What's up? It's Hannah. I've been trying to make this video for like the past hour, and every time I do, I'm like, all of this makes me so uncomfortable because it's very uncomfortable things to talk about. So why am I making this video? You ask. Mostly to announce that I'm starting a podcast, as any nobody does. I've had this idea for about a year, and it was sparked by being sexually harassed by a comic heavily. This is kind of how I got the idea. I did not pursue this podcast for the past year. Because of some of the reaction I got about speaking up about being sexually harassed by a comic. Basically, the podcast idea was I wanted to interview women in male-dominated industries and just like wanted to learn about their experiences, things that they've been through, advice that they give to other women or, non-binary people about how they got successful or they're working towards having a successful career. And I wanted to interview comics, people with 9 to 5s. I like don't know what jobs are. I'm like, 9 to 5's that a job? That's what it's called, right? They work for 9 to 5. It's called Girls Club. Get it? Because like boys club industries. Clever, I know. And I wanted to also just talk about my experiences about pursuing stand-up comedy as a young woman in Los Angeles. But going back to I've had this idea for a while. I've had this idea for a while, and I had a specific comic harass me for months and literally post a picture of me on his Instagram saying that he harasses me, which is insane. And then posting a clip of Joe Rogan basically saying that if you look like a whore, we'll treat you like a whore, and posted that in response to me standing up for myself. Anyway, so this guy harassed me for months, and I would tell him to leave me alone and to stop sexualizing me and to stop asking to fuck me and to stop asking where I live and all of these things. And he just kept persisting and trying to gaslight me, telling me that like because of the kinds of photos that I post on my Instagram, I'm asking for it. No one's gonna ever take me seriously in stand up because of the things I post on Instagram. Just a lot of things like that. And, I've had some people ask me, like, why did you keep messaging him for so long? And it was honestly because, like, I wanted to stand up for myself. Like, I just have been stomped on by so many fucking nasty ass men that I was like, I'm just like done being talked to like I'm a piece of fucking trash, So yes, I fucking was standing up for myself, but he is just a manipulative person and just basically was telling me that it was my fault that I was being harassed because I look like a little dirty whore. Anyways, I ended up, after blocking him on social media and trying to just like rid my life of him being able to contact me ever again, I made an Instagram story just kind of saying that, I was being harassed by a comic for months, and it's just so emotionally tolling. It just took a very emotional toll on me, especially at that period in my life. I just had a lot going on with getting out of a abusive relationship. That's a whole other fucking story. But I just posted on my story that I just was upset that it's just not fair that as a female comic all guys really have to worry about is working on their material and getting shows and having friends and yada yada yada. But women, we have to spend most of our time not getting raped, not getting harassed, just like all these things that take up so much energy that men just don't have to go through. I don't want to say all men don't have to go through. I know men get harassed, whatever, yada yada. We know. We fucking know. That's not the point. I just was saying, like, I just wanted to voice my opinion that I just was like, I have put so much emotional energy to this that, like, I haven't been wanting to go to open mics because, like, I don't want to see him there because I'm scared to see him. And to me, that's a big reason why in stand-up and in other industries, women don't get as far, is because we get deterred so quickly because we just get constantly getting harassed and assaulted, and like it just gets exhausting to the point where we're like, we don't, like, what's the point of even trying to do this? Like, I can't even put my energy into getting better at stand-up. I just have to put it all into like not getting raped at an open mic. So, you know, I do think definitely there are a lot of places that are getting better about treating women and other people better. You know, I host open mics that I really enjoy. There's plenty of open mics that I really like. But yeah. So basically I made this Instagram video, and I had a lot of positive feedback of women having an experience with this specific guy, being harassed by him. So when I made the Instagram story, I never said his name. I never said who it was, but if people messaged me individually, I told them who it was. And I had a fair amount of women even now telling me that this particular comic harasses them. I'm also using comic very loosely. I have heard that he is not funny at all. So I never even posted his name publicly, and I had a lot of men reach out to me in the comedy community saying that, like, you know, they're sorry that this is something that women experience and that they want to be an ally, and if they see something at an open mic or if I feel uncomfortable ever to go up to them. I had plenty of men that said that to me, and that was awesome. But I ended up having some guys either say to my face or behind my back that they thought I was starting to cause trouble and didn't want to be around me because they were scared of me. And I'm like, why are you scared of me? If you don't sexually harass me, like, I don't understand why you're scared of me. Like, so I just kind of got put off from wanting to start a podcast talking about what we go through, because I don't know, I just didn't want people to think I was difficult, because, you know, I'm kind of a nobody. I've been doing stand-up since I was about 17, on and off, specifically because of the harassment at open mics. Like, the first, like, 4 years of doing stand-up, I started when I was 17, and I got harassed constantly. And I would go to an open mic and then not go for 4 months because at that open mic, a 40-year-old man mimed jizzing on my face. You know what I mean? So, like, now that I'm older, I can kind of hold my own, and I do kind of embrace that some men are afraid of me, because I'll fucking call you out in front of everyone if you harass me. But I don't know, I just don't get the mentality of guys that I don't really talk to or know too well being like, she's difficult, I'm scared of her. Like, just don't harass people, and there's nothing to be scared of. Like, there are plenty of male comics that I know that are lovely people who do not harass people, are hilarious. Anyways, the comic that heavily harassed me, I've now heard from like 7 different women that he has harassed them as well and has been abusive to some of them. It's fucking disgusting. I just can't stand having to deal with hearing other women talk about comics harassing them, raping them, having to deal with it with myself. I'm just like, can we just like just keep your dick in your fucking pants? Is that like too much to ask? Like, it is. That's the answer to that question. I don't know, I'm over it. I don't care if people think I'm difficult. I just don't want to be harassed all the fucking time. You know? I just want to like work on stand up. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to work on getting better at what I'm doing. Like,